Hello, my love. I am so excited about today's guest because it is someone that I adore. Like, not just because she's brilliant, she's real and raw, but this woman is a powerful voice for all the creatives around the world. I've known her for many years, and she has just gone on to build such an amazing, connected community, to be such an advocate for us as creatives, us as artists. I fucking love this woman, and I know you love her too. And if you don't know about her, you're going to fall in love. Amie McNee is an incredible author, a writing coach, a creative mentor, and she's made it her mission to help people stop abandoning themselves and actually create the art that they were born to make. And we're talking to you, my friend, okay? Her new book, We Need Your Art, is literally for every human in the world. Oh my God, I can't wait for you to listen to this podcast. Amie's built a global, massive community online. She's encouraging writers, artists, creatives, everyone to trust themselves, to coronate themselves, as we talk about in the podcast, to honor their voice and to stop chasing perfection. And her new book, We Need Your Art, is like a love letter to every human who's ever doubted their creativity. I'm so excited that also I got to have her in person because she doesn't live here. She's in the UK currently. And she was sitting next to me. I was trying not to squeeze her and lick her face because I'm obsessed with her. And we got to jam. This episode is raw and real. It is us unhinged. We talk about what stops us from creating and why we resist calling ourselves artists. You know, how to move through the fear and the shame and why your art is absolutely something that matters. Even if it's messy, even if it's not for money, even if nobody claps for you. She digs deep, and we talk about our own personal experiences with publishing and book writing and all the things. This one is deep. It's funny. It's hilarious. I love her. We had such a blast. It's recorded as well, so I'm going to be uploading the video to YouTube. If you have not seen me on YouTube, head over to The Queen of Confidence on YouTube. And obviously, click the link in the show notes. Go and buy her book. Buy 10 copies if you can. If not, you can go to the library and rent them, as she says in the podcast. Go and follow her, Inspired to Write, on Instagram. I'll make sure to tag everything below. Let us know how you enjoy this episode. And without further ado, here is my chat with Amie McNee. Hola, hola. It's your girl, Erica from America. Welcome to the Confidence Chronicles podcast. This podcast is all about helping you stand in who you are. Stop giving a fuck what people think about you. Start standing as your fully expressed self. As you are, queen, as is, there is no filter needed. You are fucking awesome. And I am here to remind you, I'm a confidence coach, a business mentor, a speaker, an author, and I am obsessed with women standing up, showing up, and creating their confidence. And I cannot wait to dig into today's episode with you. Oh my God, Amie McNee!
I'm so joyful.
Oh, we need 7 years together.
The speed in which we have been talking, trying to fit in so much catching up. Fuck, I forgot to ask if I can swear.
Yes, yes. You can sneeze, you can swear, you can fart. We're doing all the things.
Lovely.
My audience love when I sneeze and I don't cut that shit out because fuck it, we're gonna sneeze. We are here to celebrate. Also, we're having cupcakes. Your new book, We Need Your Art. Fucking stop messing around and make something. Amie, I love you. Welcome to the podcast.
I love you so much. What an honor to have you, interview me last night at my book event, be on your podcast. This is truly a highlight. I'm so grateful.
I love you. And you live in the UK now.
I do. Far, far away.
So hence we need 7 months to catch up, and our beautiful husbands, James and James, are talking downstairs. The whole family is excited that Amie was coming in because I've been reading your book, and I'm fucking obsessed. And I said to you before we started recording that I feel like this book has been your book for the last 10 years, and you've now put it into the physical form, audio. I listened to your audio as well. I was like, oh, I love you. So for anyone listening to this, if you don't know, now you know. But if you don't know Amie, can you just tell them what you do and why you do it?
Yeah, beautiful. So I am first and foremost a writer. I tell stories and I write fiction. And I've been on this journey for a long time, trying to tell my stories, trying to find an audience, trying to be an artist. And along the way, I was like, this journey is so fucking lonely. Being a creative person requires so much support. We deserve to be championed. We need to be taken care of. Like taking up space in the world is an incredibly vulnerable and challenging thing to do. And so I started documenting my journey and talking about what it is to be an artist, a writer. And over the past 10, 11 years, I've made this incredible community of artists speaking about this journey. And now I've put all of those little thoughts, all the wisdom, all of the lessons that I have learned into We Need Your Art, into this beautiful creative compendium.
Compendium. Do you know what that brought me back to? The journaling compendium. Oh, you were the first fucking person who ever said you need to mother yourself and speak to yourself like a beautiful mother. And I was like, what the fuck is a beautiful mother? I didn't have a beautiful mother.
It's a hugely like revolutionary concept. I love that you brought up the compendium because that was like the first time I ever like really put my writing out there. And it was just basically teaching us to speak to ourselves gently, which I think is one of the things we need most as creative people, because our inner critic is like raging on us all the time. This isn't good enough. Why aren't you doing more? I know my inner critic was really, really vicious. She felt like I was such an embarrassment, that I was such a shame for taking my storytelling seriously. And so I started journaling, and I found this like motherly voice on the pages of my journal. It was so gentle, so compassionate, embarrassingly compassionate. And I know for so many of us who haven't had mothers who took gentle care of us, this is really like almost scary. Like it's a very new way of addressing yourself. But for me, it was transformative because I found a gentle voice within myself, and she has allowed me to move mountains.
And you use her. She comes out a lot. You talked about her yesterday.
She's always talking to me.
Wow.
You know? I think I found her on the pages of my journal, but now she's with me all the time. And the voice just sounds like, you're doing so fucking well, baby. I'm so proud of you. This is really hard. I know it's really hard and you're exhausted and this is huge. And I see you. And today we're going to take it slowly. We're just going to have a cup of tea and we're going to approach this one little baby step at a time.
Wow.
Like she's just so compassionate. And this is the sort of voice, it might not sound exactly like my voice, but this kind of approach is something we all need when we do brave things.
I feel like we need her all the time. And I feel like how beautiful, what a gift that you found her in your journal, because like I'm a mother, I got kids now, and I wasn't mothered like that. And so I was with my first son really like yelling and screaming, and my husband had a dad who yelled and screamed, and he would get triggered and think he would need to protect his son from his dad, aka me. And then I was like, whoa, what the there was all this crazy shit that so much unpacking. And through seeing his upbringing and how his mother was, I was able to take that, have it for me, and now do that for my kids. So
transformative.
Yeah. How does somebody, do you teach about that as well? Is there somewhere where people can learn more about that, like that mothering and that nurturing? Because that is a gift to the women listening to this podcast, y'all.
Yeah, it is. It's huge. I mean, most of the work, it's probably something I want to do more of, but most of that work was in the journaling compendium, which is now free if you sign up to my Substack or my email list. I've got a whole like mothering compendium there, which is just like, how do we learn to take care of ourselves gently, especially for those of us who were never taken care of gently. But I think, you know, just to give you something to do now is like, try talking to yourself in the way that I just spoke to myself. And I know it's going to feel incredibly uncomfortable for a lot of you. And for a lot of you, it's not going to feel real. But just getting comfortable with compassionate language. And again, on pages of the journal is a really useful space to do it. And so normally I would just journal, like let my inner critic kind of have a reign of the page. I needed to listen to her to understand what I was working through, the narratives that I was holding on to. And then for the last quarter of a page, I would just like practice using this voice. And so it was kind of a call and response answer. So let your inner critic say the shit, like let her be mean. She's really, in reality, not a scary evil demon. She's a very small version of you that's very fucking frightened. So let her have space and then take care of that small part of you who's very fucking frightened. So just to bring an example to the table, I've been sharing my book sales lately, and I keep having this thought that like it's really embarrassing that I'm sharing these book sales, and I keep imagining that people are being like laughing at me or talking about me, or that like it's just like kind of pitiful. And so I'll write this down on the pages of my journal and let those voices have space. Like, I'm so embarrassed. I think this is so shameful. Like, why am I doing this? And then I have that motherly voice come in and take care of me. And she says things like, you are revolutionary, and this is incredible and so brave, and I'm so proud of you, and I know it's really scary and we need to take care of our body because your body's really freaking out. Like, let's have a slow day today. Let's be really, really quiet and calm because this is big. And I'm so proud of you. It's very repetitive language. And again, I think for a lot of us, it's going to feel really uncomfortable at first, but just give it a fucking go because you deserve to be taken care of gently.
That is so fucking, you just blew my mind with that, because I think that it's easy for us to intellectualize that as you're listening to this podcast. You're like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Or those Instagram quotes that are like, treat yourself like you're your own best friend.
Yeah.
Hashtag, it's like, sounds so cute, but for us to really do that, and I mean, you've been talking about this since I've known you. I can't imagine how long now, 8 years?
Exactly. Like, this has been from the start of my transformation, I think.
Wow.
And there's a reason it was at the start of the transformation, you know? It was a part of it.
Yeah. Okay, so now we Need Your Art, and I devoured this book in 2 days. If y'all don't know, I had to go away I didn't have to. I decided to go away with my family on the school holidays because I didn't get a fucking Christmas break.
Baby.
And I was like, we're going to be fucked. And in April, we're going to need a break. And my husband was like, cool. And I love city. I love busy. I love extrovert. I love humans. I love strangers. And I'm like, we got to go to the fucking woods where it's going to be like, will someone kill us and will we die out here? Or will we be relaxed? And we went to the woods for 2 days, and gorgeous Amie was like, we were texting back and forth. You were in Amsterdam. I was in the shower, as I do. If you ever DM me, I'm DMing you in the shower always. And I'm like, oh my God. She's like, I'm coming. And I was like, I know, girl. I'm going to be at your Melbourne event. Like, I got tickets. My clients told me about it. And I was like, how come I didn't know when the fuck you're coming? Because I don't see you on Instagram, because Instagram doesn't show you to your fucking followers. Anyway. It's another rant for another day. And she's like, I'm going to be there interviewing. I'm like, cool. So in those 2 days where I had nothing to do, it was perfect because your book, I had like 10 copies already of your book and the audio. But I was like, what a gift. I'm going to read this now. And as I'm fucking reading your book, I'm like crying, being so seen in, am I going to cry? Hold on. Let me just
check in.
When I was little Amie, I wanted to be an actress. And I do think I perform. I do think I perform. And what I thought I was going to do as a kid isn't because I wanted like ego acting and shit, right? And now I'm like, I'm a fucking performer, but I would never dare call myself an actor. And I secretly want to sing, but not for a career. I'm telling you all my fucking ghosts and skeletons. But I do. Hamish knows, my husband, that I want to sing. And I'm like, I can't sing because I'm not a good singer. Like, I would never disrespect the craft of singing and call myself a singer because I'm not like fucking these bitches. And so I'm reading your book and I'm just getting called out the whole thing. And it's like, you're an artist, call yourself an artist. All this shit, burnout, fucking patience. There was so much in there that was like, is this written for Erica Kramer? So I was like, we have to talk about this on the podcast. So if somebody's listening to this right now and they're like, I'm not an artist, I don't make art, what the fuck is art? What do they need to know about why this book is for you? Basically, this book is fucking for you, okay, if you're listening to this. But can you explain that? Because this is what you do. And it's so fucking revolutionary because we don't let ourselves call ourselves that.
Yeah. We have just put the word artist on a pedestal. There's such a culture of elitism around all creative acts. And I just want to come back to what you just said, which is that you didn't want to disrespect the art of singing. And that's elitism. We're told that it's only for the trained. We're told it's only for a certain sort of people. Yes. And for me, for little old me, for Erica to come in and take up space with your voice would be to disrespect the institution. And the arts has been institutionalized, and you could go so deep into it. There's racism in it, there's huge amounts of elitism, classism. It's just like the arts has been captured by our society in not a good way. And so this book is about letting you know that this is yours. Erica, your voice, using your voice to sing is yours. It's your right, and it's like holy, and you need to take it. It's going to be such a big part of your journey. Yeah. And it is not to be kept for other people.
I'm sorry, I'm crying now. I love you.
And for anyone listening, you have been held back from the arts by a system that doesn't want you to take up space. And I need you to understand that when you react really strongly to my book cover saying we need your art, and you go, okay, well, that's got nothing to do with me because I'm not an artist. Yes. I need you to know that it has everything to do with you, and you absolutely are an artist, and that when you were born, you were given a right immediately to create. It is a human instinct, and we all need to reclaim it because it has been robbed of us. And Erica, I just look at you and I think about all the things that you have to give, like there's acting, singing, you have so much. And I think often, like, I know I feel this sometimes, I'm already doing a lot. We were quite similar in many ways. And I'm like, could I, I also love acting and wanted to be an actor when I was a child. And I'm like, can I do it all? Like, should I take up more space? And it's like, yes, you should. We both should.
Yeah.
We have so much to give, and you have so much to give. And we need to be brave and rebellious and revolutionary and say, no, this is for me. And I've been called, and my desire to do this is holy. Julia Cameron says, what you really want to do is what you're really meant to do. And I remember reading that and being like, well, okay. And I'm really meant to do a lot of really cool stuff.
Yeah.
And again, we've been sold lots of stories that will say, oh, it's nice that you want to sing, but just stay in line. You don't really know how to hold a tune, so shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And again, like, these stories aren't sold to us, for no reason. They're sold to you because it's much easier to deal with a population that doesn't take up a lot of space.
Oh, that's like 10,000 episodes that we could have on that alone. Fuck. The first page, I remember that in the first page, you're reading this like, you need my art? Like, my art? Like, what? Like, who? You talking to me? You're not talking to me. And you're like, yes, you. Like, you're an artist. And even if we just stop there, which we're not gonna, but even if we just stop there, like, I need you, as you're listening to this or watching this, to understand, like, that you can claim that word. Like, and as you're listening to her, and as I just got teary-eyed to be like, dare I say I'm an actress? Dare I say, like, I'm... Because you know what, Amie? Inside my body, like, I know without any bullshit. Like, if I remove all the bullshit and the fear and all that, and I'd like to think of myself as a vulnerable person, right? And I'm pretty open, but there's still fucking fear. And Erica Kramer, I'm still #always scared, lacking confidence, self-doubt. There's this thing that's like in me that's like, I think you'd be a good singer. But like, I would never fucking dare. Like, oh, it makes me like even saying that. But like, my husband knows. I'm like, I can do some shit without the fear. And then it's like, what the fuck is that? And it's like, imagine, and you say in the book as well, like, imagine you live the best life. You get to create. You love what you do. You're flourishing. You're making money. You're living. Oh my God, that's a fucking, was that a bad thing? Like, we're meant to suffer?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is that in us, in me, in us, all of us?
It's like, it's so, I don't know, I feel it must be cultural. Like, I don't think we're born thinking, oh, we can't have too much fun in this life. Like, I can't take up too much space. I don't want a life that's really good. Like, I don't think that's an instinct. I think we're taught it. And for so long, I had so much shame because I just wanted a life that I really fucking loved.
Yeah.
I wanted a life that was filled with work that felt meaningful, connecting, creating. And I was so ashamed that I didn't want to accept what I'd been given. I was so ashamed because everyone else around me seemed to be doing just fine with accepting the rules and staying quiet and doing work that they fucking hate. And I was like, I don't accept this. I don't accept it. And I felt so entitled. I felt so lazy because I just couldn't stick it. I couldn't stick accepting a subpar existence. But at the same time, I'm so grateful that I didn't accept it. And I know there's a lot of privilege that comes from I was able to say no to this, and I was able to say, I just can't handle this. But if I hadn't, like, so many people have the privilege to say no, and they don't. They just accept the shit they've been given. And I think a part of this book is like, I'm asking you to ask for more. I'm asking you to listen to the creative instincts that are within you that you've been smothering for years, and to respond. Because when we do respond to these creative callings, our entire lives change. Like, our entire lives change.
And I love that you say, like, it's also about service. So it's like...
It's about service.
Yeah. Like, if you actually hold it, if you hold your dream and your vision and the thing that you're great at and the thing that you secretly want to do inside, and you don't do it, then it's like, who doesn't get to benefit from your art, from you creating, from you? Like, it's so funny because they tell us it's like selfish, but really it's the least selfish thing we could do because the
story that pursuing the arts is selfish. Again, like, I know that it seems cynical, but I can't help but think that there's a reason we've been sold that story. Because the artists, creative people, making noise, taking up space, like, we're dangerous, and we always have been. Artists have always been the revolutionary throughout all of history. So there's a reason why we've been told that pursuing the arts is not feasible. It's a bit embarrassing. It's not likely you'll succeed, and that it is ultimately a selfish pursuit. When in reality is that, do you know what's actually selfish? The fact that you've been hiding and keeping your art, hoarding your art, not sharing your art. And a lot of people take issue when I say that, but I believe it. It's like what you're doing, like claiming and hiding your creative, abilities is not a generous act. When you dare to take up space and be vulnerable and let yourself be seen, that is a generous act. And I think about, the life that I've led in the last 10 years, and I could still be in financial services hating my life, but instead I'm my life has been serving creatives, telling stories, taking up space. And I know that this has been the most generous version of my life that I could have ever lived.
And it's so crazy because yesterday, we only had half an hour, by the way. What the
It
fuck is
really
that?
Fucked up. It was really fucked up.
We looked at each other like, stop talking, lady. No.
I know.
Like, are you for real? We're going to, and I was like, I don't know about you, but I was like, I'm going to fucking rebel.
I was like, we are going to keep going.
But she was like, I'm going to come across and tell you. Yeah, she was like, I'm going to tell you.
Like, bring out a ruler and start whacking our bottoms.
We were like, shit, this is about to become a dominatrix show about we needing your art. So we didn't have a lot of time, and I tried to do as much as I could in the short time. You did a really good job. And we had amazing questions from the beautiful. If you were there, shout out to you. But there was so much more to cover, and I think that one of the things in the book that for me that I could hear and could see is that there was so much, well, that's not me. Well, that's not me. And the more I read into it, the more I read more pages, I was like, that is me. I can have that. Oh, that's me too. Oh, I'm included. And it was you just bring people in. It's like, this is for all of us. Like anybody listening to this podcast, anybody who catches the eye, anybody who, there were people that walked in the bookstore that weren't booked to come to the bookstore. They just walked by and like you were magnetically just attracting them in what you were saying. And that's for you. Like this is for you. And I think that for, I don't know, a decade you've been on socials, on Substack, on everywhere, like maybe not Substack, but on socials, talking about this and bringing people in. And I said it last night quickly, but I really do feel like you are in a space of your own in regards to the way that you do it, Amie, because you're in the fucking trenches. Like she's writing the book being like, hi, this is the perfectionism chapter, and fuck, everything got fucked up and there's typos and shit, of course, in the perfectionist chapter, right? Thank you, Spirit. But you're sharing the behind the scenes of dealing with gatekeepers where, gatekeepers like publishers and record labels and all the people that say, yes, you can get a deal because you're good enough to us, all this shit. And you're sharing all this behind the scenes whilst also supporting and helping creatives, which you have in your program, and you have a community. Like, how does it feel for you to be in the trenches with us as artists, as a creator yourself, dealing with the same shit that we're dealing with, and supporting these people, being a voice and a community for them?
Yeah, thank you for witnessing me in that. I think it's really important to be seen in this light because I am in the trenches, and it's such a privilege to get to be able to speak about my experience as I am experiencing it. And I think there is merit to the phrase, like, you don't have to create in the fire, or you don't have to share when you're in the fire. Not all of us are ready to be witnessed when we're navigating hard things. But for me, it's been incredibly healing to be witnessed on the creative journey. I think because it's so inherently very isolating and unpurposefully isolating culturally. Yeah. So to be able to document live my creative journey for 10 years and to be witnessed in that, and to write a book where I'm not Rick Rubin, I'm not at the end of my career having some sort of reflection about where I've been. Like, this is a book that is written as I navigate everything in real time. And I'm very, very proud of that fact. And I love that I got to write this book now. And it would have been a great shame if I had postponed it. Yeah. Or, I would have done this book with or without publishers, but I'm impressed by the publisher's ability to see it is worth hearing from people who are navigating it right now. Yeah. And it is. And I think a lot of us have this story that I'm going through something huge right now, but I'll wait till I'm out the other side in order to take up space. I'll wait to be a teacher until I'm out the other side. I was navigating, self-publishing and talking and sharing about self-publishing for the very first time. Like, you don't need to be out the other end of something to be valuable or to be an amazing teacher. And I think taking up that position of leader while I was in the trenches was a very controversial thing for me to do. But I'm so proud of myself for doing it, because I don't think we don't need to be out the other side to be a leader. In fact, I think there is such a beauty in being in the shit and holding space for people when you're in the shit too.
So weird, because we are very much alike, even though we are so not alike. There's so much same. Her husband is James, which means Hamish, and Hamish, my husband, and like they're very similar.
They do, I was talking, beautiful energy.
I know, I was talking to your hubby yesterday, and I'm like, and he's like, yep, you guys have the same kind of vibe, and the burnout, and the going hard, and the go hard or go home kind of thing. But also, it was so funny when I started my journey at the Queen of Confidence. I was breastfeeding the little one, so Amie just met my kids, and my little one is crazy. Like, he's just wild, right? And he was the one that birthed me. Like, he came, he was a home birth, very chill at home. The other one was different, and that's when I was like, I'm gonna fucking do my business. Like, Nava came out, and he just birthed me to this other level of myself. And I remember being like, I I loved Oprah. I loved Marie Forleo's perfect hair and studio. I loved fucking all these people that were like so beautiful and killing it. But I never saw. I heard about Marie Forleo filming her videos in her kitchen from her phone. I heard about it.
You never got to witness
I never
it live.
saw it. Yeah. So then I was like, I have a fucking video of me in Hamish's car with a fucking camera shaking, and I'm super overweight because I just had my kid, no makeup. I just look like fucking motherhood hot mess fucked. And I'm like, I want to start a podcast, and Marie Forleo's all fucking sorted, and I want to take you guys on my journey of becoming, because like no one shares how they got there.
No one shares the becoming.
They don't share the becoming. It's like, anyway, 7 years ago, I was homeless and struggling, and now, and I'm like, fuck that, I don't believe it. So I will tell you that what you just shared is literally the experience that I've had, and why people believe me, and they clap when
it's
your book
evidence,
comes.
baby.
They see you. You're like, you saw me, bitch.
Yeah.
I was breastfeeding Nava, trying to do an IG live, and my boob almost popped out.
Do you know how generous it is to be seen on the journey? Like, I think so many of us are like, oh, the generous thing would be to get through this and then let ourselves be seen. It is so profoundly generous to let yourself be witnessed on the journey. And I think it's one of the most incredible things that the internet has given us, this ability to be able to be witnessed as we do it. Instead of just seeing these perfect images after, the shit show.
Yeah.
To be able to witness the shit show. At the event last night, so many people came up to me and they were like, I was with you when you were crying in your car because you hated your cafe job, And to be witnessed on that journey for so long is so beautiful, and it gives me shivers, and like that's so profound. And I think it's profound for me, and it's also profound for them to have seen this journey that I've been on. And like, so again, like so many of us, it's perfectionism. We don't want our journey to be seen before it's like shiny. But that's again, I'm gonna throw the word selfish around. Like, the generous thing to do is to let yourself be witnessed on the journey, and that doesn't mean you need to overshare. It doesn't mean you need to share every traumatic part of your life, like, but it does mean letting yourself be seen in some sort of mess.
I think I did a podcast, this year or at the end of last year, and it was like, tell the fucking truth or some shit like that. And I was very angry about like, especially in the world of influencers, and I don't consider myself an influencer, but I influence, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not like 20% off code queen, like it's not how I get my hustle. That's not what I do. If you do you, if that's you. But for me, I'm just like, okay, cool. Just got a little alert. But for me, I'm just like, fuck. And it's a hilarious alert because that's real life, isn't it? Space. We just got a space is a little low alert on my computer, and Amie gets me because that's always my problem. We need more space. We need your art. We need more space. Oh, fuck. I don't even know what I was saying. But anyway, what was I fucking saying? See what happens? You just go off.
You were, fuck. You don't have to share all of it. That's what I'd last said.
Yes. We don't have to share all of it. Feel how you feel. I love that you do that because I think. Truth.
You said something about truth.
Okay, well, the truth will set you free, bitch.
Just don't lie.
Yes. Anyway, I just love that because I was like, fuck, we have to keep it 100. If we tell the truth, tell the truth. That was it, the podcast. Because I was seeing so many of the people that I love and know, they're going through, their grandpa died. Their fucking husband, whatever, somebody cheated on them, and they're all like, yeah, everything's great. And I'm like, baby, you don't have to share your vulnerable stuff. If that's your therapy session, you don't have to do therapy and trauma dump and all that. I get it. But to pretend that you're not human, to pretend at all. It's like you're going through shit. Like, you're going through shit, and awesome shit's coming, and it's hard, and it can be great. And like, that's what I love about you. You share it. And I was just like, I can't fucking wait to read this book because I know I trust you. And I've watched you tell the fucking truth when it was hard, when it was difficult, when it was uncomfortable. And you've done that throughout your whole thing. And that's how we build trust as creators and artists with our audience and community. And then people fucking back you. And it doesn't mean it's not hard. Like, you've been traveling. First of all, last week when we were messaging, you were in Amsterdam. Last night, or the night before, you were in Sydney. Like, you've funded this whole fucking US, Europe, UK, Australia tour for your book. Like,
massive.
And you're an introvert as well. I mean, you're also like, you want sleep.
I need like my 10 hours, Yeah, I mean, this journey, I love, again, thank you. I feel so incredibly seen. This journey has been so hard. Like, we left for New York over a month ago, and I've been in the most incredible places, and it has been so hard and so beautiful. And I love leaning into that truth. rather than trying to either way. And I feel like a lot of us we often want to binary our stories, right? Like I could either like coat this whole trip in like it's been so exhausting and so hard, or I could color it in it's been the most incredible and just like make it that picture perfect journey. But embracing the nuance of our life is something that very few people do, and it's very fucking important. And the nuance is the truth of it, like the beauty and the fuckery. Like this is what we need to hear. We're living in a world, I think, where we're fed very binary stories, and I'm so keen for us to like move into expressing like the complexity of and the grittiness of what it is we're really truly experiencing.
Well, it's fucking beautiful to watch and witness, and I just thank you for your art that you create and your love for us. So, okay, more about the book. The perfectionism, you touched on that, and that's a big fucking blocker. And I'd like to think I'm not a perfectionist, but my inner critic, you were like, your inner critic's fucking mean. My inner critic, please don't take this the wrong way, anybody listening, but I feel like is a fucking man. It's like Tony Robbins with Alex
Masculine
Hormozy,
energy,
like the most masculine, like David Goggins, like all those motherfuckers, Gary V. It's like the man with the biggest dick and the most like drive. And I'm like,
huge
what
amount
the
of drive.
fuck? Like, what? And she's just like, you're a fucking lazy bitch. If you really wanted it, you won't eat and you won't sleep and you won't do anything. You'll neglect your children. So I don't know if it's fucking perfectionism, but it's some shit. And I don't. My mom didn't give that to me. That is definitely
really interesting, isn't it?
Weird.
I'm really interested in this. I've got like a million questions that have just come up. I think it will be a form of perfectionism. It will be a standard that you've idolized. And I think a lot of the times when I say perfectionism, people are like, oh, well, I don't ask myself for perfect. I'm like, yeah, but do you ask yourself for standards that are really, really fucking high?
Yes.
Because that's kind of what I'm talking about, you know?
That's it.
It's like, I let myself be a bit messy. I'm like, yeah, okay, fine. But like, is the standard you're setting still way too high? Because you're constantly, either it's not serving you and your body, or you're never hitting it. And so therefore you're always showing up and being a little bit disappointing to yourself. And so
or you die on the way.
Yeah, exactly. Or you're never going to get there.
Fucked.
Because you're so cooked. And having Alex Hormozy in your head, with your little nasal strip on, like, there's going to be a cost to that.
Yes. Oh my God, I'm laughing because motherfucker does not have kids, which is fine. Like, if you don't want to have kids, fine. But don't act like if you don't have children and you're not like
life's different,
a parent,
baby.
it is so different.
Yeah.
And then to be like, nah, that's an excuse. Or like, I don't know, that hardcore, you just hit it on the head. I was in kind of like a mini cult once with my husband, a business cult. Anyway, I haven't talked about it because he sued someone. So I'm not going to talk about it. But it happened. And he used to like literally like chant like fucking high standards, FHS. And my high school was FHS. And I feel like it kind of tied itself. And now I'm like, oh, if you don't do it the best and you don't fuck about, then what's the fuck mediocre? What's the point of being mediocre? So my shit is mediocre, not like lazy, because I don't feel like I'm lazy, but it's like, you're fucking mediocre. You're doing shit half-assed. And it's like, we're unraveling, Amy. Girl.
This is super interesting to me. It's perfectionism in your own beautiful little way. I often feel like, again, like I'm a super messy, both of us, like we're scrappy as fuck.
Yes, man.
And so I'm often like, perfectionism is my problem. But the way it comes into my life, and so like it like sneaks in there, and we've always got to be on the lookout for it. That's so interesting. And like you've been drilled in with that, like that relentless, like masculine, like let's fucking go. And that energy can be so beautiful, but is it serving me? Is it serving me? Is it taking me anywhere that I want to go? Is it ruining my body? Like, is it making me feel less than? These are like the questions we need to keep asking. That voice, it comes back to that mothering part of our voice. That voice needs to be mothered. Yeah. Alex Hormozy desperately needs to be mothered.
I know, I do. I love them, but I'm like, do you, boo? But I also think like they had bad therapy.
No, they
had bad therapy because they both are like, fuck therapy. And I'm like, no, you guys had a bad therapist.
That dude prioritizes his business over his partner, like famously, like as in like he says that out loud.
Yeah. And she does too.
Issues.
She does too.
I got issues.
It's both like, anyway, this is a whole other podcast, trauma bonding. Like, and then like what's the cost? Because Hamish would be like, they look miserable.
Oh,
are you happy?
And
then it's
what
like,
are you
cool.
Chasing? Like, where are you going?
That's any chase, I believe, in my little psychotherapy degree that I'm getting, I believe any fucking chase, there's something. So what is that? Let's uncover the stone.
Where are you
What
going?
is that? Yeah.
And I think a lot of that masculine energy is like trying to get somewhere that doesn't really exist.
Yeah. And then if you get there,
you just move the next one.
Yeah. And what's his name? Will Smith, who I know has been controversial, but he recently did a video I saw and he was like, they talk about rock bottom, but there's cliff top. And he was like, Nobody has, I know, I was like, what the fuck is this? This is amazing. And it was interesting. It was very much Jim Carrey's journey of like, I want money and
then
success.
he was like, yeah.
And then you just almost like lose your fucking mind because you have all the money, all the gluttony, everything you could ever desire to the extreme, and you're fucking miserable. And I'm like, that's not going to be me.
I'm so careful about this. And I think it's because
100%.
we have this similar energy, like we're hungry. But I refuse to be, I say happy but hungry. Like I refuse to only be joyful at the end of this journey, which I will know will never come because I'll just move it.
Yep.
So a huge part of especially with this book, because the book is such a classic example of like, then I'll be happy. And the New York Times bestseller, then I'll be happy. Like I fucking refuse. And so I've been delighting in every part of this process and every part of this journey. And yeah, I'm an extremely ambitious and goal-oriented woman, but I also refuse to postpone my joy and my success until these like ridiculous arbitrary moments in my life. And so I think for both of us, like having that, like James calls it that dog, like we've got that dog in us. We need to recognize that like the work we do, like look at this right now, Erica, like this is fucking phenomenal. And like we have loads more cool shit to do, but like right now is phenomenal. And I refuse to only call myself a success, once someone else has allowed me that title, or once a moment has happened in my life. Like we are both incredibly successful. And I am I don't want that voice in my head to that Alex Hormozy in my head, because I have him too, to make me feel less than.
And it's hard if we don't, like, if you're listening to this now and you're like, oh shit, do I have, like, who's in your head? And do you have the mothering voice? Because I'll tell you, Amie, like, I haven't had her, but I have this like alter ego, right? The future version of Erica, and she's so fucking awesome, and she's chill, and she's got a lot of Hamish. She's alchemized a lot of him, and she's still Erica, ghetto Puerto Rico, but she's very like her heartbeat. I just feel her heartbeat's real fucking chill, and she's presence, and she's powerful, and she says less and she is more. It's like the less she says, the more she is, like and I just feel her, and it's like she's my alter ego, and I love her, and I tap into her, and then I feel like a juvenile fucking newborn baby. Like I feel like a newborn baby, which I love as well. Like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I feel like a boy with like an erection just coming everywhere, like and then someone's like, my love, you just have to
put it away,
just slow, and I'm like I say to all like Kemi, who's like in her 50s, and Bronny, and all my older friends, and I feel like they're
in her 50s.
Yeah, man, she looks
Jesus
good,
fucking
girl.
Christ.
I know. All my wisdom, like the universe gave me friends that are not like me, more chill, wisdom, older, and I'm just like, I feel like goo goo gaga, motherfucker. Like I'm a baby trying to learn, but I love that too, because I think you don't know this shit. Like we're going through this journey, and there's a part of us that's gonna support us, and we're also gonna be like fucking burning out and impatient, which I know you and I share that a little bit from reading your book about the patience fucking thing. And
I love this, and I also long for like, I think it's really interesting that we're both married to partners who have, I think we both have so much to learn from each other. Like I know I have so much to learn from James, and James has some, and like there's almost like we're going in a direction where we both get a little bit of each other's magic. But I also think that if I was like 70 years old and I was still like just fucking had no idea what I was doing, and I'm still like in the heap of a learning phase, that would be fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Like I do want, obviously, like I want to be better, and I want to. There's so much to alchemize, and there's so many beautiful journeys to go on. But I also love this energy we have now, and I don't want it to be something we graduate from.
Yeah.
And I like the idea of being 80-year-old ladies, like still kind of having no fucking clue what we're doing, but we're still
doing?
Like, let's fucking go.
Just in our wheelchairs doing fucking wheelies and shit. Oh, I'm going to be definitely that old granny who, like, when they get actors and they're like, we need an old lady to say, fuck you, cunt. Like, I think we could be her. We'll be her. Like, we're going to sign up. So hit us up, okay? Okay, so blockers, you go into the book a lot about the shit that stops creative people, the shit that stops people that want to be creative, the shit that slows us down, gets in the way. And I love, and I want to say, and I said it yesterday, I'll say it again, I feel like when I was reading it, and I love, because someone said this to me once, so I'm going to give the gift right back. It felt like I was talking to you. I felt like it does. If when you read a book and you're like, you're having a discussion with me only, and you're talking to me, and like you're not talking above or very surface high.
Thank you.
You're like, hey, and then also chill, like be nice to yourself, do it however you want. Like I'm not going to tell you what to do, but here's some suggestions, real shit, questions, boom. And then you're like, oh, fuck. Like I just really love that you pulled it out for some of us that couldn't see it. You named it, you shared it, but then you also were like, chill with yourself. Like if you need to come back to this or do it in a different way, like you were so creative about how you gave us that gift in the fucking book. And I
what a fucking
loved
compliment.
It. But I was like, yeah, that's fucking good. Like, and so the blocks that you see or that somebody listening is like, this is fucking with me. And I think since we're dipping into my shit personally, Amy's over here coaching me. Perfectionism, obviously now it's the fucking high standard, but there was procrastination, there was fucking people pleasing. And I do feel like in my journey with Penguin, I did some people pleasing.
Because we've been coached all our lives to adhere to these institutions. And then when you're finally chosen and we've all got, I had stories, I was like, holy shit, this is big.
Yes.
You know, you start feeling small. And I think, you know, I'm not speaking to anyone in these institutions. Most of the people that work at these places just fucking love books.
Yeah.
But the institution themselves is kind of structured so that the author feels powerless. And I think that's what starts happening. And you start like giving up your power to them because that's how it's structured. And I felt myself do that multiple times.
Yeah.
And a huge learning journey for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I gave up too much of my power and because I was trying to please them.
Same. Okay. Well, see, it happens to all of us then. Because I was like, oh, is this true? Like, oh, can I be like, I want to be who the fuck I am. Like, I like to think that I'm a free motherfucker. Like, I'm so fucking free. You don't like me? Like, I'm generous. Byron Katie said to me, be generous. And I was like, that is beautiful. Like, you can think what you want about me. So I do feel free as fuck. But then it's like, this gatekeeper, biggest publisher in the world. Yeah. We're going to choose you. We're going to pay you. I was like, fuck, I'll pay you to do the book.
Yeah.
Like, hold on a minute. Yeah. Whoa.
I think, you know, a big part of your journey is going to be learning that you are an incredibly valuable author. I mean, I know you know it, but like you need to like know it.
I'm taking it slowly. It's entering slowly, but it's not in. It's just on the outside, just
like
sussing it out.
Penetrated.
Yeah.
Like, and like they need you, and they should be on the floor begging you, you know, like, and this is what a lot of artists need to recognize is again that we think we need to like prostrate on the floor before these big industries because oh my god, I would be nothing without them. But Erica, you know you were an author before them, you didn't need them, and they needed you. But the problem is that the dynamics of the institutions never make you feel that way, and you're made to feel like you need them, and you don't, and we need to remember that you don't need anyone in order to take up space.
Can I ask a question? We were after your book launch yesterday. I went home and it was just like me. Like my head was like, because you move at such a speed, and I have to tell people that I hire or work with me, like I'm not impatient. I'm just so fucking passionate. And my husband died. I almost died multiple times. So I take the second of air that I'm fucking drinking, sipping, like. Let's go. So that's also part of my ejaculation erection situation.
That's part of the erection situation.
That's why I get a boner. I'm just like, oh my god. And we don't have a lot. We don't know how much fucking time. So like, I don't fuck around with life. But then there's this impatience thing as well. But yesterday, you were sharing, and I fucking lost my train of thought again. Jesus, see what happens to me? I definitely have ADHD.
You just came. So now you got to get it up again.
Like, oh, I'm very excited. Amy's making me fucking excited.
You came home last night.
Came home last night, and I said to Hamish, "What fucks with me? Thank you, I love you, sister." Is like, one of my friends does PR, and she did a thing inside of our community, and she was like, you know, if you were on the morning TV show for We Need Your Art, like Today Extra or whatever, a morning sunrise, like that would cost you $25K in advertising, right? And we know, I know you know listening to this, and I know the news knows, and we fucking know, nobody watches the fucking morning news. Who gives two fucks about the morning news? However, your girl got on the morning news, and you humans listening to this podcast are like,
it's such a big deal.
You're fucking killing it. Holy shit. I saw you on the news, and I'm screen recording people recording me. So what the fuck? So here's my question. Why does this credibility and this, why is it still like that in 2025? And even though we know it ain't shit, I still need to have Forbes as seen in for someone to go, yep, you are legit. Like, it's still a thing, and it annoys me.
Still, like, we're still in an era of institutions, and we're still in an era of wanting this stamp of approval from institutions. I really see you. Like, my grandparents think I'm a fucking loser, but I was in the Sydney Morning Herald. Like, actually, they think I'm a loser.
Do they know what you do?
No,
my mom has no idea.
They don't fully understand,
Yeah.
and they think I'm like a delinquent.
I wear pink.
They think I'm a delinquent. Anyway.
They're right. You are a little bit of a fucking rebel. Oh, shit.
Anyway, I was in the Sydney Morning Herald in 2020 because of the journaling compendium, because there was such a big journaling craze. And my granddad was like, he photocopied like 30 copies. He's sending it to everyone. And I'm like, I literally think it sold 0 copies of the book. It was like nothing, but like everyone was obsessed. And it's constant, like we're constantly the legacy media. People are obsessed with legacy media. And I think, partly it can be a generational thing. Like obviously for my granddad, like it's just too hard for him to understand that we're in a very different world.
Socials, yeah.
And I think we're in a transitionary period, Erica, and people are still clinging to the old, symbols of power.
Yeah.
Because almost we're clinging harder than ever as we navigate the fact that they're actually fucking useless. And I still cling. Like, the US Penguin were like, well, we're going to try and get you on morning shows. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah,
I'm like what the fuck are you talking about, Amy? Like,
I know. But it's also like, oh my God, because it means something. It's hard to do.
It's a social currency.
It is. And then it's like...
a legitimizer.
It still is. It really still is. Because you must be... Even like the TEDx thing, that was a fucking mind bend. Because you did a TEDx.
I did TEDx too, yeah. And like
recently, right?
There's like this...
Fucking hell.
The narrative around it, even though, again, like, and TED themselves were like, we're not, like, this is not as big a deal as it used to be.
Yeah.
And like, they know.
Yeah.
And it's like, but still, it's like, and again, that was something like older people in my life could understand. A TED.
Girl,
wow.
I know.
And it's
You're
like,
real.
again, it's that social currency. And even though maybe it doesn't sell any books, it's still holding some weight with some people. And it really frustrates me.
Yeah.
Especially because, like, my TED, like, whatever, like, it was an amazing crowd. Like, 2,000 people will watch it, but I'll post a random reel, like, today, and like 100,000 people will watch it.
Yeah.
But that is like nothing compared to these huge institutions and these legacy media like impacts.
It's wild. And I think it's with my TED last year, I literally had, like, I did not write the book when I got the go ahead, like, yep, go start writing. I didn't write because I had my TED, and the amount of, I can't fucking tell you the amount of anxiety and like pressure. And I had 100 people, and half the audience were my clients, okay? Like, I sold all the fucking tickets out. So it wasn't a big room. Yeah. They were all my people, but it was So we just to keep it real with y'all, if you listen to this podcast started in my car with my Apple headphones and my hoops hitting the fucking, my e-tag going beep, bitch,
ASMR.
Pay your e-tag because ain't no money, and my kid in the back. So my laptop runs out of space on my computer. And Amy and I both talked about like ADHD, having a million tabs. My desktop, you can't even see it because there's so much shit.
To me, she is like a patchwork quilt of creativity.
So just keeping it real, when you have all the creative ideas, you have no fucking space. Thanks, Apple. Give us more fucking space. That's my problem. We need art and we need space.
Yeah.
So anyway, long story short, the TED thing was tied to, you're a stupid Spanish girl. And I'm going somewhere with this because I love you because you talk about the work in the book. And you talk about the work all the time because you're in the work. So when you're doing the work and you're peeling the layers off yourself, you're like, come friends, burn with me. It's so fun. Like, this shit is fucking hard. And it wasn't so much about TED, even though it was like Brene Brown and oh my God, the red rug in comparison. But it was about stupid Spanish girls don't get TEDx. Stupid Spanish girls don't get this opportunity. And so I had this internal like fucking split that was like, oh my God, you can't be her anymore. Like, you have to retire.
You have to leave her
You
behind.
have to. Like, you have to retire. I'm a stupid Spanish girl because I never thought I was smart or intelligent. And I still feel like I'm too ghetto fabulous, not well-spoken. And I don't want to be. Like, I want to be who the fuck I am. I want to swear. I want to wear hoops. I want to be crazy and wear nails. And I'm also fucking intelligent. And I'm also got shit to add.
I know. It's like not binary. Like, they sit so beautifully together.
But that was the thing. It was like, if that's your unique flavor, your secret sauce, whatever it is, you're you, and you talk about the book being unique, like that had to literally be ripped. I stood on the stage, Amy, I was fucking shitting myself. All the saliva escaped my body.
I hate
Not
it when
my
that
mouth,
happens.
Body. I'm like, no fucking saliva anywhere? Like, nothing, right? And I'm doing this, and like, I was fucking fucked. Nobody knows. I looked great. Everybody thought it was great, but I'm like, oh my God, I'm dying. Anyway, walk off the stage, bawled my eyes out because she was gone. Like I shed the fucking snake skin on stage. So what's shit about it is the feeling, but what's great about it is the work. Can you speak to like the people that you work with, the people who read this book, why we cannot bypass the work and how this shit brings you to the work without you wanting it to?
Yeah, I hate to break it to anyone, but like if you want to create stuff, like you have to go on the hugest fucking journey of your life. And it's why loads of people avoid art. Like people are like, why am I procrastinating? And like, because you have to like see all of your shit and deal with all of your shit every time you fucking try to make something. Every time you try and put yourself out there, you're going to see all of the stories that are keeping you small. You're going to see all of your parents' shit. Like there's just no avoiding yourself when you become an artist, when you choose to create something. And which is why it's like the most powerful tool ever. Like that's why I am the way I am today, because I had to look at so much of my crap, and every day I still have to look at all my crap, and it's so beautiful and so hard. And I think I speak, you know, I'm sure you understand this, Erica, you'd see it all the time. People just want to skip steps. I want to become like the singer. I want to be on stage, but they don't want to do any of the work that comes from like having to put yourself out there and having to learn how to use your voice, like have your voice be heard. This is not just a skill that you can learn. Like this is a huge emotional journey that you have to go on, which is why I wrote the book, because baby, I can tell you like how to write a sentence, but it's boring as fuck, and it doesn't matter, because if you don't deal with like your perfectionist issues and your procrastination issues and your comparison issues and your imposter syndrome issues and the issues with your mum who didn't really want to, you know, like the shit is gonna have to come out.
Welcome to the work, bitch. Oh, it's so fucked. It's true, but it's like, what a gift.
It's the biggest gift, and like I just made it sound kind of bad, but it's also incredibly beautiful as per usual. Like I feel like my life is just like incredibly bad and incredibly fucking beautiful at all moments.
Well, you're doing it right. This is it. It's like one of the ladies I followed was like 50% of your life is going to be fucking shit and horrible and negative and bad, and the other 50% is going to be amazing. And I'm just like, should we be excited about that? Because that sounds a bit fucked up, but like also real. And I'm like, okay, maybe this is one of my moments.
I think we think that stuff's going wrong when stuff feels bad, and it's just not true. Like this is just a very big journey, and being a human is, you know, complex, and being a creative human, which
on planet Earth, bitch, we doing this shit. We are doing
heavy.
It. You talk about something in the book, Self-coronation, and we were talking about that before. For anybody listening who's like, I want to speak on stage, I want to be with speaker bureaus, I want to get a record deal, I want to write a book, and I want to publish with the biggest publisher, all this shit, right? These places that have to pick you and choose you. And we were just talking, you've self-published how many books now? Like seven self-published, which is like you publish it yourself. I did my first book like that, and it was so funny because young Erica back then was like, I know they're not going to let me have fucking pink pages. Like, shout out Florence Given with her fucking...
Oh my gosh,
that was literally like, my first book had the pages with the cheetah and the pink.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, and I was like, I want fucking color, and I want squares, and I want my boobs on the cover, and I want to fucking own it. And like, I just felt like they're not going to let you do it. And I didn't know that, but I felt that. And so half of it was judgment. The other half was probably real fucking intuition.
Yeah,
they were not going to let you, bitch. Yeah. I tried in this book.
There were reasons why you thought it. Yeah.
And so I was like, fuck this, the anger, like the rebellious, but also like, fuck the system, which was like a little bit too much fuck the system. And then the other side of that was like, I didn't get the distro. I didn't get to distribute it. My book that I wanted to reach marginalized women in the hoods of fucking Boston, it didn't happen. It took a while, but it didn't happen. So when we think about self-coronation, and you talk about, we were just saying like choosing yourself, why is it important for if someone does want to get a fucking book deal, let's say, or whatever it is, why do they need to self-coronate? And what is that in your eyes, that beautiful theory that you have in there?
Yeah. So I want to honor anyone who does want to be chosen. Like I want to be chosen. I like half my life, the shit I do is mostly just for the attention. Like I love to be seen. And I think a lot of us have been told that that's really bad and really wrong. But I just want to remind you that if you want to work with publishers, or if you want to work with producers, or if you want to be seen, if you want to be on center stage, like I love that you want that. I think a big part of being a creative is wanting to connect, and I think that's been demonized a lot. Like we have to make art just for art's sake, and that's a really important journey as well. But I just want to honor anyone who really wants to connect with their creations. Me too. I really fucking wanted to find an audience. I really fucking wanted to be seen, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's very, very human. Like we want to connect. And so we need to make sure we're not demonizing that part of it. So whatever the dream is, I see you and I'm honoring it. But the thing is that if we are constantly waiting for permission from others to create and take up space, we may be waiting our whole lives. These institutions have caps on who they want. They are bizarre, they are ancient, they are old, they are corrupt. They want to rob value of artists. They want to rob you of your power. And that's because that's how they were built, to extract value from creatives. So if we're waiting on these people, we're giving away a lot of our power. So when I say coronate yourself, I'm saying you need to choose yourself before they choose you. Because if we see it all the time, like I think you can see it a little bit in like Taylor Swift documentary, you can see it in the Lewis Capaldi documentary. These people, especially musicians, and the music industry is particularly vile in my opinion. These people were chosen before they got to choose themselves. And you can see, especially for Lewis, like he is searching for something. He feels so lacking. He feels so like something is so missing, and it is so hard to witness because he outsourced his power. And he allowed someone to say he was worthy before he said, I am worthy. And I think if we are constantly asking for external sources to give us a sense of meaning, we will be searching for something for the rest of our lives. We will be absolutely gagging for more and more external validation, and none of it will ever solve anything. And so I feel very grateful that I had to put the crown on my own head before anyone chose me, because it meant that when I was chosen, so I self-published, I took up space, I was like, fuck this, no one wants me. I had hundreds of rejection letters, but I'm just going to do it myself because I think I have something to give. I think I have something spectacular to give. And so I did it. And then I had attention. When it's the ironic thing is when you coronate yourself, you do become magnetic. And so as I'm looking at becoming magnetic right now, like you do become magnetic. And so the publishers were like, oh, we want a piece of that. I'm like, of course you fucking do, because I already know my worth. And there were still moments where I think I definitely gave up a little bit more of my power than I would want to the publishers, as I already said. But I was able to fucking rejoice in my publishing deal rather than being like, oh my God, I hope they like me. I hope that I'm enough for them, because I already knew I was enough. And it's not in black and white. It's like having the crown on or off. This is a constant journey of choosing ourselves and understanding our own worth. But that was one of the most profound moments of my life when I was like, you know what, fuck it. No one else seems to understand, but I have something really cool to give the world.
What was that thing that made you not give up? Was there anything that helped you to not go, oh, fuck, they must be right, 100 rejections. If you're listening to this and you have 3, shut the fuck up, keep going, right? Like, let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
What was the thing that like made you believe, actually, no, fuck these people. I've got something. Was your art keeping you awake? Like, what was the thing, or was there multiple things?
I think there's multiple things. I think we've spoken a little bit about it before. It's like I had an intolerance for a life that didn't sparkle. Like I had an intolerance for a life that wasn't, like, I was like, this life fucking sucks. Like I was doing all these jobs and I was like, this is not what I want. I know what I want. I want to write stories and I want to connect with creatives. And so every time I was like, well, maybe this isn't going to work, I went back to my quote unquote normal life and I was like, nope. This can't be it. This cannot fucking be it. So, and then I would be pulled back to it again. And like, I was incredibly depressed for those years when I was really in that hole of rejection. There were maybe 3 years where I was, bawling my eyes out every single day of my life. Really, really struggled. So it wasn't easy, but I think I just had like an absolute desire to create a life that I was really going to love to live. I also think I'm deeply stubborn. And I also think that there was some sort of string of faith in me that said, I have something to give. And it was a tiny voice at times. But I was like, perhaps it was from, I don't know, having my parents are amazing parents. Maybe they instilled something within me when I was young. Like, I just knew, like, I have something to give. We're looking at Hamish. He's doing some sort of sign.
What is Hamish doing? Hold on. Okay, so the book is fucking amazing, and there are, at the end of all the chapters, there are some, what do you call them? Are they prompts? Are they like little prods? And they're very holding, caretaking, supportive. It feels like you're there. It feels like you're sitting next to us like, hey, mother voice.
Yeah.
Tell us about that, because I think that's really beautiful that's in there.
I think something that was really important for me as I wrote this book was to remind you that you are the creative authority. And I think a lot of us think that there's someone else, like I'm the authority on the creative journey. Like Amie is like the head of my artistic like career, and she's going to tell me what to do. It's like, fuck me, like absolutely fuck me. We're constantly being told there's someone else who's going to tell you how the best way to do it is. But on your creative journey, you're the authority, and you need to fucking feel that authority. Like, I need you to feel like you're on the throne. And so these prompts are like, basically, I'm just saying, like, you know, fuck whatever I said, like, let's ask you where you are at. And so they are journaling prompts, but you can work with them however you want to work best. It's just that I'm such a journaler. Like, for me, that's the best, you know, portal in which I can understand myself. But this is like putting you at the center. Like, you are the fucking boss, and you may never have felt like the boss of your life ever before, but I need you to understand that you need to make the rules.
Oh, I love you.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so the final, there's so much more. This woman, you feel like you're only fucking getting started.
Thanks, babe.
I do. I feel like you are.
Me too.
I do. Me too. Yeah. I'm like, we are newborn babies.
We're
okay,
babies.
Google Gaga motherfuckers. We just
tiny children on a podcast together.
Move here, please. Or let's meet somewhere in the world.
Maybe
let's
you
just
need a
keep
European
meeting.
step,
Maybe
baby.
I do, girl. I want to come to the UK.
Yeah.
You support creatives, and I was thinking about this. These poor creative people, these singers, these artists, these, like, I have fucking seen J-Lo through some shit and been like, girl, you just need me to be your therapist. Like,
oh my God, I've also thought that. I'm like, J-Lo, come here, baby.
seriously,
Sit
we'll
down.
help you. Baby, listen, what the fuck are you doing? Mira, que tú haces?
Girl,
¿Qué tú
I
haces?
need to talk to you.
But then the whole thing, we're going to go on a spin for a second, but like Michael Jackson, right? Like, the people pleasers around him, like, let's just keep letting him do what he wants, or let's fucking sabotage him, or whatever the fuck was going on there. When these amazing creative people commit suicide, leave the world, feel like they're in the darkness, yes, they create great fucking art as well in this darkness, because darkness is good for us motherfuckers. Hear me when I tell you this is the best shit. However, what do you feel like you built a community to support artists? Like, I saw them last night being like in line waiting to fucking hug you and say thank you, and driving 3-4 hours or on airplanes to come and see you, and they fucking need the community. And so some of these artists from back in the day that we lost because they felt isolated and alone, what is your community called, and how can someone who's listening to this go, fuck, I need to be a part of this? If you're listening and you're feeling isolated, that's what Amie does. And so can you share a little bit about it, because I think it's so beautiful.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I think you can see, you know, from our history that there are so many people who were in so much pain and, you know, creating incredible art, but who needed support and they were not given support. Artists, I think, because of the kind of glamorization of the in-pain artists, were often like left to be in pain because they thought, or people believe that that's what was creating good art. And I just want to say, as like a side point, like I make incredible art when I'm very, very joyful. And I think a lot of us want to rely on pain to create art. And again, like, pain is a beautiful way to alchemize into creativity. But I'm telling you, like, joy, contentment, peace, like peace makes beautiful art. And I really don't like the narrative that like peace doesn't allow for creativity. Peace allows for profound creativity. And so we need to remember that.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my community, like, obviously I have my community online on the Inspired to Write on Instagram, and I have a Substack, which is just my name, Amie McNee. But I also have the Inspired Collective, which is a collective of artists, and we meet every week on Sundays. We've just had an intake, and we'll have another intake later in the year. But these are my family. I have no other way to say it. They're my family, and we see each other each week, and we give each other the support that artists truly deserve. And like, we deserve huge amounts of support because we're out here changing the motherfucking world.
No big deal, you know? Just
yeah,
fuck.
like, no, honestly. And
Seriously.
I think it's constantly sidelined what art does for the world, and we need it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, Erica, but we need your art.
We need your
But
art.
I got a fucking
Okay.
tattoo of it the other day.
Oh my God.
Hey.
Can I ask a stupid question? Are you making all that art that you write it? You're the one writing
I
it and
write
drawing
it.
Why are you so good at this? Now we have cupcakes. We need your
Oh my
art cupcakes
gosh.
behind us that we're going to devour.
Yum, yum, yum.
So if you're listening to this and you're like, fuck, this is my fairy godmother. This is my community. These are my people. This is the message. I can't say enough that I truly believe, heart and on fucking soul, you need this book. Like, you need this book, whether you think you're an artist or not. There is a creative spark in you. Maybe somebody put that shit out when you were a kid. Maybe they put it out as you got into adulthood or adolescence. But every single one of us has something beautiful to give, and you don't need to fucking monetize it. And I love that you share that. Like, on my fucking 30th birthday, I went and did Zumba for 8 hours to become an instructor, and I never fucking taught Zumba. But I just wanted to dance Zumba for 8 hours on my birthday in
Do you know what I did on my 30th birthday. I came to Melbourne and I did a CrossFit training course for the whole day.
That's the best. So you could do CrossFit and I could do Zumba. We just got all these fucking skills that we just for fun.
Sometimes you just have to do shit for fun.
Yes. Okay. And now I'm gonna go find a singing teacher because I speak, so I should do this. Okay, I'm doing this. Y'all hold me to it, audience.
I'm gonna fucking hold you to it.
Y'all know. I told my audience I'm too scared to do a TEDx, and then I was like, I'm doing it. Let's do some shit. So here, watch out. Album coming soon. Just kidding. Just kidding. No. But also maybe. No. I'm gonna do a theater show. I fucking love you. I think you are such a gift to the planet. I'm so grateful for all the shit that you've done and been through. The suffering, the bad, the good, the fucking crying in your car, the hating your job, the making beautiful art, the showing up so much on socials with your pure fucking heart to care and support people. The tour, I just want to quickly say, it is not fucking cheap to fly across a country, never mind a world, never mind multiple fucking countries, to slang a book that, it's not a self-published book, right? This book is published with Penguin, and she is out here on airplanes, her and her man, fucking doing all the things. And you are somebody that likes to go to bed at 9 p.m.
I am.
And you are introverted, which means you love people, but you also need, after 2 hours, get the fuck away from me so I can go back in the cave. But I love you, but walk away.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing what you do. And if anybody listens or follows, the best way you can support Amie, what is the best way we can support you? Get your book, audio, physical, Kindle.
Yeah.
What
You
else?
get it from
What would
your
support you?
library.
Library.
Honestly, people always ask, what's the best way to get your book? It doesn't matter. Any way you can get the book is a beautiful way to serve me. Libraries, I still get it still counts,
Yeah.
So however it is that serves you, I would love for you to read this book. I wrote it for you. And honestly, right now, that is the best way to support me. And it would be such a blessing. And also, I know, don't want to toot my own horn, but it will be a blessing to you.
It will be. It's fucking amazing. And you will be called out in all the great ways and feel seen and feel heard. And I literally was like, holy fuck. My kids were like, what is this book, Mommy, that you're stuck to? Obsessed. I love you. Thank you for doing what you do.
I see you and I'm so grateful.
Oh, I love you.
We know we should. I actually know we should.
No, I actually want to look at you.
I knew it. I just knew this would be good.
Thank you so much for listening. I freaking love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for your ears and your energy and your attention. Thank you for letting me into your world. And thank you so much for listening and tuning in to this podcast. There are so many podcasts you can listen to, and I deeply, deeply, for real, appreciate you listening to mine. Do me one big favor, one big thing. Please share this episode or this podcast with a woman who needs to hear this. This is my mission on planet Earth, to serve as many women as possible so that we could show up, stand up, speak up, and create the confidence and the life that we desire. I appreciate you, my love. I will see you on the next episode.